In previous video, we already create our Blazor Server Authentication and Authorization using cookies. And now, I want to let you know that we can also doing a Blazor Server Authentication using JSON Web Token. Essentially, we are still using a cookies, but instead putting a regular value in our cookies, we will change that to JSON Web Token to encrypt our cookies value. Like usual, before we start, let me see what we are going to create. Okay, so our current status is we are not authenticated. And we can use this form to authenticate our user. And also, if you see in here, in this tutorial, the counter and weather menu is only available for authenticated user. So if we try to open this one, it will automatically redirect to our home page in this case. And it's also configurable. In example, you want to go to another page instead of this, we can configure later. So if we try to open the counter, as you can see in here, we click counter and then it automatically redirect to login. And if we try to authenticate, we put user and login. We can see now we are authenticated right now. And we can see our user and our role. And also the logout button. And again, if we try to open the counter page in here, we are able to see it now. And if you see in here, we are using an admin role. And in this video, the weather is not for admin role, it's for default user role. So if we try to open this one, we will getting the access denied. If you try, good, we will getting the access denied in here. Okay, we can see our JSON Web Token in our cookies by right click in this and click, okay, it's using Indonesia, basically it's inspection in your browser. And then if you see on the application, okay, let's move up, and then cookies, we can see our JSON Web Token here. The value is exists in here. So yeah, we can continue opening the Visual Studio. I have created a project using a Visual Studio 2022 with Blazor Server in here. And what first we need to do is we need to install the package. Okay, manage NuGet package. And search by system. Okay, I have searched this one before. System Identity Model Tokens JWT. And this one with 1 billion download, almost 2 billion download. Okay, install. Okay, good, it's installed. And then we cannot using default authorization and authentication if we want to use JWT token in Blazor Server only. So instead, we need to create our custom authentication state provider. And first, let we create a folder. Name it as a security. So we'll put our custom authenticated code in here. Okay, next we create our new class. Name it as a custom authentication state provider. Okay, good. Let we inherit from the authentication state provider. Okay, get the reference. Good. And then in here we need to implement the abstract class. So ctrl and dot and click here to implement. Okay, good. We implement the abstract class to get authentication state async in here. We need to implement this one also. But for now, we ignore it, but instead we have a new method in here, public async task authenticate user. And this one basically our entity of our user. Later we create this. Or maybe we can just create here. Okay, generate user, okay. This one, user coming in, and then user. Okay, close it. Okay, this user basically our user information containing username and role. Okay, and if you later on maybe you need other user information like an example address or something, you can also add in here. But in this case, we are using a string username and role. and later we will store this value into claim. And next, back to this one. Okay, for faster video, I think I just copy it. Okay, I have this code now. Yeah, this is error in here. Maybe I put underscore, so it's different variable. So what we have this one. So later on in this, we will have an component. Okay, NET component to create our JSON Web Token based on this user. And then that component also will save the JSON Web Token into cookies. Okay, this component will return to us the token value. So later on, we can assign this token value. This is JSON Web Token value, yeah. Okay, and here we're using JSON Web Token Security Token Handler. We already installed it before, if in Nugget package, if you remember. And then this will be reread again the token that we create before. And then getting the claims value inside the token. If you remember, the token value should be the username and role. And we store that information and assign that information as our authenticate user. So an example, when later we want to get current authenticate user, we will get that both information, the username and the role. And if token is empty, then we do nothing. That means we not authenticate anyone. Okay, now let's create this component to generate our JSON Web Token. So in here, we need another component, class Custom Authentication State Component. Okay, first we will need a component to create JSON Web Token. So we create a method string auth with parameter of user. Okay, and in here we get the token, generate JSON Web Token based on the user. This one should be the private method. And then why we separate this one? Because later we will assign the set cookies method in here. So we just put a comment in here, set cookies. And we will return the token. Okay, what is error in here? Okay, this one should be string. Nice. So we will implement this method to generate JSON Web Token. I think to faster we can copy. Okay, this is the code. First of all, we will generate the security key. Okay, we need to have also the variable. Let me take a. Okay, maybe try manually. Private read only string key, and this is important because you need to have 32 characters to assign your key. And for me, it is this is my custom secret key 1, 2, 3. This should be 35 characters. And as I said before, it should be not like this hard code, but instead you need to store somewhere that's safe. Because if someone have this key, they will generate their own JSON Web Token to authenticate to your system. Okay, in here we generate our key, and in here we create a claims to represent our current user later when we authenticate. The value is claim type name with username, and we also include the role with the value of role. So later on we can have multiple role, example admin and default user. So each user will have different page to see. Okay, now next we are initialize our JSON Web Token in here, and then there is a issuer and an audience in here. Essentially, this issuer and audience intended to improve the security of your JSON Web Token. So the other person or hacker, if they want to modify your JSON Web Token, they will need also to know what is this both information. If no, then it will not able to validate into our system as authenticate user. And in this video, we are going to use these two value. And next is claims. The claims is basically this both value in here, username and role. And then the expires, we will set, okay, this one maybe 30 minutes. So this JSON Web Token will expire in 30 minutes, and after that the user need to re-login back to our system. The best practice is for expired is we should not have long expired date or time even. So if possible, maybe like 5 or 15 minutes, but after 15 minutes, our user will automatically log out to our system. So if you want to know more, there is an additional component called as a refresh token. By using this, even our JSON Web Token is expired, basically it will refresh. So instead of re-login, our user will get new user token and still keep able to log into your system. Yeah, maybe in next video, if you want me to implement the refresh token also in this video, you can comment below. But for now, I'm not implement that, so we can just set expiry date to 30. And then this sign in credential, basically we put our key that we defined before. And then this will be creating our token and then return the token value in here. Okay, next we need to have a cookies service. So we will save our token into our cookies. And this one essentially created by a JavaScript. So we need to have one JavaScript script in here. We create a new folder, JS, and the new item, I think. Okay, we just put cookies.js. Okay, we are not going to learn about JavaScript in here, so I will give you the code in description. You can just copy from the resource and you will get this one. Good. And after that, you will need call this JavaScript function in our components. App Blazor, I think. Okay, yeah, correct. This one. Okay, above the Blazor Web Server Web.js, we can call the JS. JS cookies in here. Okay, good. We will able to use these cookies in our cookie service, but we don't have cookie service, right? So we need to create another security component in here. I think not security component, but let's have another folder, services, create new class, cookie service. Add. Essentially, this cookie service will call our where is it? Cookies.js. This one, cookies JavaScript, to saving and modify, deleting our cookies. So we will create our constructor first because we need to inject the IJS runtime. Okay, this one correct. JS runtime. Okay, and create an assign field. Okay, good. And we will have 3 methods in here to set, delete, and get. Oh wow, good. Suddenly the code is appear. Okay, you can see in here the code that basically we set the cookies and we need to provide the name of cookies and value and also the days, how long the cookies will stay in our browser. And then we invoke the set cookies function from here. Okay, and the delete, also we will delete our cookies by name. And for getting the cookies, we can use this one to invoke get cookies by name. Basically this one is calling the cookies JavaScript 3 method in here. And now in our custom, this one, we can set our cookies now because we already have, but we need to do the dependency injection first. Cookie service, this one. Okay, cookie service. Okay, create an assign field. Okay, good. It's come to here. Okay, why is this like this? Nice. Now we'll make use our cookie service. Set cookies async, set name, auth token, and then the value is a token, and we will store it in 1 day. Actually, this will expire before 1 day. That's okay, because if this expired, we will delete the cookies and then close it. Okay, we need to set the await because it's asynchronous. And then we need to modify this one async task string. Okay, good. Oh yeah, amazing. Okay, I think for auth token we can have a private read only string cookies key, because we will reuse this one, so it's easier for us to maintain. Okay, good. We set our cookies, and now we need to add our created component to program.js in here, because if no, we will not able to use that. Okay, first we will add the authorization core service. Add authorization core. Okay, good. And then we will have service add scope of our, which one? Security. Okay, this one. I just copy and paste in here. Okay. And then why is there 0? And then builder services add scope of our cookie service. And then our service add scope of our authentication state provider. And then we need to register this one as a authentication state provider. Where is it? Because we customize this default provider dot get required service custom. Okay, nice. It's automatically. Okay, basically this one. Okay, all good. I think we need to add one more thing in here. Builder service add scope cascading authentication state. We will need this one later. Okay, now all good. We need to test it, but how we test? So we can just call this from our home. Where is our home? Okay, just having a code in here. We need to inject our authentication state. Inject custom authentication state provider. What is it? Okay, good. That is correct. And just put as the auth. And why still red? I'm not sure. Maybe I just copy and paste in here. I think the capital S. Okay, why it's not okay lah. And yeah, I think we can have a simple button in here. Button on click out here. Okay, out me. And we will have the button in here, a method, I mean public void auth. Okay, good. The red should be gone. Okay, nice. And then we will call the auth authenticate user. Okay, basically what we need in here is we will do validate the user. Validate user is mean we validate the user input from our UI is correct or no. We can verify in our database and checking the password is same or no. And after that, if verified, we will getting the new user user object user. Okay, we just hard code in here instead of taking from database user, and the folder role is admin. Okay, and we provide this user in here. Okay, and I think we need to asynchronous in here because yeah, we need to asynchronous call. Nice. And let's call and debug this one. Oh, almost forgot. We need to call also the authentication component in here. Custom authentication state component. Nice. Component auth component, I think enough. Okay, and then in here we'll call this one to call the auth and user, not user but with underscore user. Okay, but why this one error? Oh, okay, we need to add await. Nice, now it's good. Let me try to put breakpoint here and see what happened. Yeah. Before we start, we need to add this render mode in here. I forgot to add the render mode. Interactive server. Okay, we need to render mode for able to do the on click in here. If no, then we're not able to do that with interactive server. And seems we're doing wrong in here. It should be in here. Okay, so we are able to debug here. So start. Okay, we click auth me in here. Nice. We can see we get the admin and user in here. Okay, role is admin and username is user. Okay, next. Okay, we come to this one to generate our token. Okay, in here we get our security key to generate token, and then we store our username and role as a claim, and we initialize our JSON Web Token. And next we should get the token here. Okay, nice, we get the token. And after that we store the token into cookie. Okay, we invoke this set cookies from JavaScript. And after that we return the token in here. Nice. We come to this, we will reread again the JSON Web Token that created from auth component. Okay, the value should be like this. And then we try to retrieve the claims that exist in JSON Web Token and use that claim to represent for our user that authenticate. So after this, okay, it means should be our user is authenticate. Okay, but we don't see anything in here, but we can see our token in our cookies. If we try to right click and inspection in here and application, okay, you go to bottom and see there is a cookie. You can see your JSON Web Token in here. That means you are already authenticated. Okay, now let's we have an indicator that our user is already authenticated or no from our UI here, and also include the logout button. So just close it. Okay, I think close it too much. And we open again the custom authentication state provider. We will implement this function here. So fast forward, suddenly the code is exists in here. What we need to have is the asynchronous, and then what is okay, we comment it, and then we need to have anonymous claim in here. So we just create private claims principal anonymous new. Okay, there is no automatic. Okay, new claim identity. Okay, good type. Nice. Essentially this one means that there is no authenticate user access, so we login as anonymous. Okay, in here we will have new method in our auth component that to verify our current user. We already store our JSON Web Token in our cookies, right? But we need to always verify if the value is the valid JSON Web Token or no every time we opening the page or refreshing the page or anything. And if that is valid and user claim is exists, then we will tell our user that this is the authenticate user. If there is no if it is not valid, then we will remove our token from cookies, so there is no token in our cookies anymore, and we show as a not authenticate user. Okay, so we move this uncomment and then just ctrl and dot generate method. Okay, should be gone, the error. Nice. And also this one, we generate method. Okay, then we need to implement it. Just go to this. Okay, we come to Custom Authentication Component. We need to implement this. Okay, let we put this one on the bottom. And delete token is okay in here. Okay, verify user. Maybe delete token first, it's faster. Wait. Cookie service delete cookies assign. Oh, it's automatically. Nice, good. We only need to call this one. And for verify user, you remember we set the token in our cookies, so we need to get it back from our cookies. Wait, cookie service get cookie assign cookies. Okay, we will get our cookies token from our cookies, and then if token no, then we will return no, so the user will not authenticate. If yes, then we will call another verify user word with token. Okay, we generate the method in here to verify user, and we fast forward. Okay, nice. So yeah, like we initialized before, yeah, in generate, we do same. We get our security key, and in here we tell that we need to validate the issuer, this one, and audience. We validate audience and also the lifetime. So if this one is already expired, then we will not validate this token. And this one is security key, okay. And this one from JSON Web Token security token handler to validate our token with this parameter. Okay, token we get from the cookies, and validation parameter we get from this. And if the token is not validated, it will not reach this one. So instead it will go to the exception here actually. So it will return null after that, right? And if the token is validated, it will going to this method. And then we in here we getting the token, yeah, getting the token. And then if token is not null, then we will get the claims from the token. But if token is null, then we return null in here. Okay, this one come to here, this one come to here, and then we return the claims of our current user. If you see in here, if not null, it will go to here, and if null, we will delete our cookie and return as an anonymous user. And also if any exception happen, we will return as anonymous user. Next, we will have a function to log out the user. So in here we will have a public asynchronous wait logout, and we will delete our cookies. Auth component delete token from cookie, and then we will let our system know that notify, okay, task from result new authentication state of anonymous. Okay, nice. Okay, and next we need to modify our UI here. Okay, we can remove this one, it's okay. Div, we'll have a row in here, class row div. This one should be 5, I think. No, this will showing that if our user is authenticate or no. We are using a authorize view in here, okay, but it's too long. We can remove. Nice. And add the reference. If authorize, then we do something, and if not, and we do something. And here we have a header style color red. I think not red, it should be green, but you are authenticated. Okay, in here red. Rebecca Powerful, right? You are not authenticated. And the next side, div class call md for 5. Okay, auto price view will show our user. Hello, user. No, not user, this one. Okay, and then role. That's okay, it's error. And we have a button to log out. I too lazy, I just copy, unclick, log out, log out. And we need to define our string user and role, and also the logout button here. Public async task logout, and we call the await out logout here. Nice. Why this error? Correct. Wait. Okay. This one logout. Oh yeah, we need to have task in here. Okay. We back in home browser. Now should be gone, but it's not gone. Okay, gone. And this one I think is best practice to use task. And after that we need to show our current user here. We will call the function of get authentication state async in here on ini was override first lah. Override on initialize async var state await out get authentication asynchronous. Okay, if state is not null, and state user identity is authenticated, then we'll get the value user equals to state user claims. Okay, we get from claims words or default X or type claim type dot we need to reference I think. Okay, name and get the value. Nice. Duplicate. And now for user, and now for role, this one from role. Okay, I think we also need to call this one await on initialize asynchronous, because we want to see in the same page. Instead of restart, we do this one. So we can start. Okay, why are we getting this error? Cascading authentication state. Yeah, we need our cascading authentication state in here, but I already defined in here. Builder service add cascading. Okay, I define as a wrong, not like that. So should be like this. So yeah, by using that, we don't need to use a cascading authentication state in here. If you remember, if we want to do that, we need to include like this. Yeah, we need to always add the cascading authentication state. But if we include this one, add cascading authentication state, if you see in here, this is equivalent having a cascading authentication state component at the root of your component hierarchy. So we don't need to calling again in here. So if we try Okay, you are not authenticated. If we try to auth me, now we are authenticated. Nice. And then the user is user and the role is admin. And if we try to log out, then we back to not authenticated. And now we want to set these two pages for counter, it's able to open by admin, and whether it's only able by default user, so admin will not able to open this. If we try to back to our code, usually we will add this one, right? Attribute authorize as a rules admin, and then for whether copy paste here and default user. But we will see error in here. Okay, let me see what the error is. Okay, if we try to authenticate and try to open counter, we got this one. Unable to find blah 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 blah. We need to add the authentication. So we need another custom component to let our system know that we are authenticate with our JSON Web Token. And what we need here is we close it. Okay, we already have custom authentication state provider. Now we need to have custom authentication handler add, and this one will reference from authentication handler. Okay, and we need to have option in here, custom options, and we need to define also public class custom options. Okay, and then we should implement the abstract class of authentication handler. Okay, this one. And first we need to use the constructor because we need dependency injection. Okay, we need to define the constructor, follow the base class in here. I think I want to call this one copy and paste here, and the option is custom option. Okay, let we make it more good, and then we will call our custom authentication state component custom auth maybe, or auth only. Auth is okay lah, auth. And this one we need two dependents. Where is it? Oh, we don't need to take all because we will get the value of this tree from our authentication handler. So we can get like this: base, options, logo, and encoder. And for the auth, we need to assign by ourselves, not property, but field in here. Okay, good. It's still error because our custom options or our custom option will need to inherit from authentication scheme options. Okay, we just keep this one as empty. What we need to have is this one, and also the other override to handle challenge asynchronous, and also override to handle forbidden asynchronous. Challenge is for if the user not authenticate to any user, and they try to open the admin page, they will automatically redirect to the login page, and we will define that in here. Okay, we can just define right now. Context response redirect to in this case we will redirect to home. You can modify as you want to move to any page. And we don't return this, but instead we return task complete. And for forbidden, it will handle when example admin try to open the default user page. In this case, that is forbidden. The admin cannot open the default user page. So we will automatically redirect to the instead of home page. I think we will have another page called as access denied. Maybe so we not forget. I create now Blazor component access denied. Okay, the page is what? Access denied. Okay, we just put header one access denied with color red. Okay, this very beautiful access denied page. So we will go to this access denied. Where is it? When we forbidden. And now we need to implement this important one, the handle authenticate asynchronous. This one to verify that current user is authenticate or no. Basically almost same usage with the authentication state provider in here, but we handle this different because we cannot call cookies directly in here using JavaScript, but instead we need to get from the request header. So let's be fast forward. Okay, as you can see in here, how we do that? We're getting the cookies from the request header. And then, yeah, if there is no cookies in here, if we try to retrieve token from our cookies, this one a key. If you remember, I think we define also in here, yeah, our token should be same. And then if key or token is null, then we will set the authenticate is failed. And this one why error? Oh, because we need to have asynchronous in here. And then this one, okay, we will call again our verify user method in here, but why this error? Okay, if we see in here, this one should be public. Okay, it's okay also public, this one. And yeah, the error is gone. So if we try to verify token and if we're not getting the claims, and if you remember, if the user is verified, then we will return a user claims. If null, then the authentication is valid. But if success, we will getting the claims and assign these claims are our authenticate user. Okay, this done. Then we need to register in our program.cs. First, I think we can add in here before cookie service builder services add authentication. We have new schema in here. This one is option. Why what I name it the custom option? Okay, custom option. And then the handler. Okay, I just copy so there is no typo here. You name it as a custom auth with the option empty option in here, close it. Okay, all good. We already registered this one custom schema, and then we try to start and we are not authenticate. And if we try to open this counter page, okay, we back to our home. If you see in here, okay, also the weather. And if we authenticate, okay, we get our user and the role is admin. So if we try to open the counter, nice, we're able to open the counter. And for the weather, we got the access denied. So nice, all the function is complete. We're able to do authenticate and authorization using JSON Web Token. If you have any question, you can ask below. And you can skip for now, because now I want to beautify this page. So you can see the same as the demo, but basically the functional is already complete. So you are not mandatory to see the rest of video, but if you want to, yeah, that's okay. So what we need now is we back to our code and you paste the code from the resource. Okay, you're able to download this code below, yeah. And in here we need to supply the parameter with the private input model input. Okay, we define as a new. Okay, we need to define the class of this. Oh, cannot automate, yeah. So we need to public class input model. In here we have a string username and string password. We set this one as required need reference of data annotation. Okay, and this one also required, but we need to additional data type. Data type is password. Where is it? Oh, data type password. Okay, the default is string empty. This one also. Okay, and we need to on login function. Basically we already have auth in here, so just call this one auth. And now you will getting the user in here, right? So var user equals to input.username and var password equal to input.password. So you will need a method or component to validate your username or password and password. Okay, like, yeah, checking on database and verify that the password is correct. And after that, if correct, then you will return us back the value of the username and the role of this user. Okay, if login success, then we will get this value. Okay, user, we already used name. Okay, username. Nice. Okay, but now I will not implement this one. It will take too long if we also implement this. And now I think we don't need the auth me button here again, but instead we will call by here login. And also this one I think we can beautify by not class, but then secondary is okay. And try it. Okay, good. It's now more proper because, yeah, we need to input sample username and password and click login, and now we are authenticate. We are able to see our user and admin. Okay, good. It's complete now, and thank you.